guys, thanks for joining me on my latest adventure. I am so sorry for my absence on YouTube, but I have been a very busy bee. And listen, to make up for my absence, I'm bringing you a week-long vlog in Aruba, bucket list, Caribbean destination. I'm so excited to be here. It's been on my bucket list for so long, and I have an entire week here, which is so amazing. So I can fully explore the island and of course, show you guys everything along the way. Checked into the Renaissance Hotel. This is the hotel where they have a private island where you can go and swim with the flamingos. Well, the flamingos are stood, you're swimming, but they're basically on the beach here, which is really cool. But yeah, so much to see and do. First things first though, we got in on a night flight, so we pretty much crashed straight away. Breakfast, and then we are out exploring. We're going straight away on a private tour of the islands. All adventures from here on out. Our first stop was Aruba National Park. This makes up 20% of the island of Aruba. The entry fee for Aruba National Park is $20 US. As I'm here with the tourism board, we had a private guide as well, so it was amazing to have a walk through the national park, seeing all the flora and fauna and the 10-meter tall cacti, which were just insane. We also went into the natural caves in the national park, which was just so incredible. There was all of these beautiful light formations. I could have walked around there for days. I had no idea that Aruba had so much gorgeous scenery. So this was a really great way to introduce ourselves to the island. We saw some incredible indigenous birds. We also saw a boa constrictor, which I thought was the coolest thing. I'm absolutely obsessed with snakes. Definitely recommend a walk through the national park if you are into nature and just want to see something very different to what you would expect Aruba to be. After that, we went for lunch. So this is the local beer. If you watched any of my previous vlogs, you'll know that I only drink beer usually when I'm in Bali because of bintang, but this is like a mango beer. So it's very similar to bintang. It's a bit more beer, I think, though. A little bit more beer. Great descriptive words here. But it tastes a bit more like beer, but it's also sweet at the same time, so I can do it. So a nice cold beer after a hike. Look at us. Thank you so much. Perfect, exactly what we need. Thank you. Okay, I've discovered my new favorite thing. Chips with satay sauce, mayonnaise, and onions. This is a Dutch dish. Dutch dish? Well, that's a tongue twister. Insane. Right, so we just had lunch at the Murano Art Cafe, and they have all of these beautiful glass pieces, and they've said that we can make our own. So we're gonna make the national bird, but we can like choose our own colors and things like that. But I'm a little bit nervous. Like, I'm excited. I've glass blown before, but years ago. I've never actually done it from scratch, where you full on like put the glass in the fire and whatnot. So yeah, fingers crossed it turns out good.
Look, you wanna move it? Open your arms.
Oh, proper.
Yeah, proper in.
Yeah.
Relaxing. All yours. Yeah. Come back to the glory hole. Look at the glory hole, Rosita. Keep going, Sabrina.
Oh my god, it's really difficult.
Hold it first.
Yeah.
Go inside.
Yeah.
More deep. Yes, very good.
More deep.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's what I would say. It's actually far scarier than it looks because obviously it's super hot. Now, I was safe the entire time. However, you know you're holding this like crazy hot piece of glass, but it was so cute. I pulled up the beak, I pulled up the tail. Just got back to the hotel room after quite the day of exploring. I don't know what I expected with Aruba. Actually, no, I did know what I expected, and that was beautiful beaches, which absolutely, there are stunning beaches. The beach that we went to today was Manchego Beach, so it's actually Eagle Beach, but there's a bunch of hotels along that beach. All beaches are public in Aruba, so even if there's a beautiful fancy hotel on the beach, you can park your towel up and enjoy the very same beach. And we pretty much did that. We went for a drink at Manchego, and then we just laid ourselves out on the beach and just had some fun in the water. It's been so long since I've been at this side of the world, so it was super nice. But during the day we went to Aruba, had to say that slowly to get the pronunciation right, National Park, which is amazing. So it's over 20% of Aruba, this national park. It used to be about 18%, but because the government have done so well at preserving the area, it's grown, which is amazing. I had no idea that so much of Aruba was essentially desert. So there's cacti everywhere, it's dusty, you've got the cliff edge into the ocean. It's really cool seeing the stark contrast in terms of the nature between the desert and then the beaches. And I feel like the beaches is far more what you see when you think of Aruba, but it was really cool to see more of the island. And then tomorrow we're gonna go on a Jeep tour, which will show us even more of the island. For our island tour, we went with a company called Isla Aruba, and they were great. We first off went to the north of the island, which is really cool because there's so much natural phenomena up here. You can see blowholes, bridges, they even show you where they used to mine gold. So it was super, super interesting. This is an area where you can actually get ATVs around yourself. There was so many people here. It was just really cool to see and so different to the rest of the island because you've got that rugged coastline against the backdrop of the desert. It's very windy, so bear that in mind, but it's a really cool place to explore. With Isla Aruba, it was so amazing having a private guide with us, not only for the ease of getting in and around all the best areas, but also we learned so much about the island itself. So we did the north of the island for a couple of hours and then we headed down south. We stopped off along the way to the very famous Baby Beach. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a huge swimming pool, a huge natural swimming pool because it stays shallow for so long. It obviously is the sea, but it's pretty gorgeous. However, it's very busy. I mean, this is the great thing about Aruba. All of the beaches are public, so you can go to any beach and not have to worry about setting up, just popping your towel down. So this is obviously very, very popular because of the shallow water and how calm it is as well. But yeah, very busy. Definitely recommend you get here early. But it's nice to see midday because then you get to see how blue it is. But now we're going to go and swim with some turtles. We're going to Tres Trapi, which is like a little lagoon where apparently lots of turtles are. So we saw Baby Beach, we swam in it, and now we're moving up. Good morning. So we're up bright and early this morning. We've come to the butterfly farm and we're going to do some butterfly meditation. As you know, I love butterflies. My mummy always comes to visit me as a butterfly, so this is going to be a really sweet thing to do first thing. This is so cute. Well, that was absolutely incredible. We spent far longer than anticipated in here. Caitlin's favourite thing so far on the trip. It was absolutely amazing. I cannot get over how many different species there are. So we've now driven down to the south of the island. We're in a place called St. Nicholas and we are having a tour of all of the amazing street art here. We had a tour with Tito, who actually brought the movement of the art district to St. Nicholas, and this was honestly one of the highlights of my trip. The art and the murals and the graffiti in and around this area are breathtaking, and it's amazing to hear the stories. Tito actually brought some of these artists from around the world, and seeing the mosaics and the benches and the street art in general in this area is incredible. Even if you just have a wander around, if you can get a tour in with Tito, then definitely do, because you'll learn so much about the island. But if not, just have a wander in this area. Perhaps not midday because it does get very spicy hot, but it was honestly incredible and I highly recommend it. Immediately after the tour, we went for lunch at Z Rovers. This place is super cool and I highly recommend it, especially if you're into seafood. As we all know by now, I am vegetarian, but it catered for me. I had chips, plantain and a salad. Just a really cool beach shack vibes, and as you spotted, the mango beer made an appearance once again. This is where to go if you want decent plantain. Highly recommend it, and just a super fun place to have lunch. Whilst we're on the subject of eating out in Aruba, they cater for tourists like you would not believe. There are over 200 restaurants in Aruba, so you are always spoiled for choice. There are some incredible restaurants. This particular restaurant is called Azia. This one was a very fancy schmancy sushi place and it was amazing. But the very next day, for the first time in 5 days, I am finally getting into the water of Aruba. We went on a boat trip. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. There was a rope swing which shamed me to oblivion. As you can see, I did not hit the landing any which way. And then of course I did the obligatory snorkel. The waters of Aruba are absolutely gorgeous, crystal clear, beautifully warm, an abundance of marine life as well. This was a really great day trip. We went with a company called Monforte Luxury Cruise. It was a huge big sailboat. We didn't actually sail, they motored our way to the snorkeling spot, but it's nice and big. There was about 40 of us on board and you get lunch included in your snorkeling day tour. Good morning. We had another amazing dinner last night. I am blown away with how incredible the dinners have been here. So there's over 200 restaurants in Aruba, which is just mad to me. But of course, tourism is their main source of income. So boy, do they cater for us tourists. And I love the sliding scale that they have because you've got these cute little taco trucks and then you have amazing restaurants like we went to last night. We went to a restaurant called Kaya. Incredible. The service was amazing. The food was so good. I would come back to Aruba to go to that restaurant. It was so good. Today we're going scuba diving. We're going to pick up a hire car first of all because we want to explore the island ourselves for a little bit this weekend. And of course I've been snorkeling so far this week and that's been amazing, but there's just nothing that compares to diving. So yeah, pick up the car, diving, and of course I'll take you guys with me as best I can because my GoPro only goes down to 10 meters, but I'm hoping that the dive team have a camera so I can share everything with you. But I'm so excited. I've not been diving in years. I genuinely think the last time I went diving was in Cyprus when I filmed a TV show there, and that was like 5 years ago. Your girl's got her car. All the cars are automatic here, which is super handy. Yeah, we've been with the tourism board for the last few days, so they've kind of been taking us to and from, but I do highly recommend, if you are in Aruba, rent a car. There's just so much of the island to see. Certain cars you can rent can go into the national park. This one can't. I've just got myself like a little Kia, so we can't go on the sand or anything like that, but we're all about the beach for these last few days, so we're just going to be going to restaurants, going out for coffees, going to different beaches, just exploring, going shopping, that kind of thing. So a little Kia is perfect. And if you're staying at the Renaissance, they have free parking here as well, which is handy. The car has now been picked up and we're gonna go on a dive. We're doing a shore dive. So we just had a little geotag location to drive to. And now, yeah, the tanks are on the back of the truck. Feeling very Caribbean vibes right now and hoping that I still remember how to dive because it has been a while. If you're staying at the Renaissance, you get a boat over to the private island. One is just coming to collect us right now. And at the private island is where all of the flamingos are. So it's the very, very famous Flamingo Beach. However, we've been already and there were also sharks there, which is pretty cool. This background is not great, is it? This is a restaurant. Let me show you a far better background. There you go. The boat coming in to grab us. So that was a bittersweet last visit to Flamingo Island, but we saw the best sunset on the boat on the way back. Honestly, so precious. We are now going to go to the room and have some room service. Guys, I've been out of the game for too long. I completely forgot to end the vlog, but here I am at the airport. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again in my next adventure.